Hello and welcome to the eye revision video from scienceworksheets.co.uk. Please like, subscribe and comment to support the channel. The eye is a sense organ containing receptors sensitive to light intensity and colour. An organ is a group of tissues working together to carry out a specific function. Light enters the eye through the cornea and is focused by the cornea and the lens onto the retina at the back of the eye. Light-sensitive cells in the retina convert the light into electrical impulses, which are transmitted along the optic nerve to the brain where an image is formed. Our eyes carry out two main processes to allow us to see. Adaptation, so adjusting to dim or bright light conditions. Accommodation, so that our eyes can focus on a distant or near object. The retina is a thin layer containing light-sensitive cells made up of rods and cones, and these detect light and convert it into electrical impulses. The optic nerve is a bundle of nerve fibers that transmits electrical impulses from the retina to the brain. The sclera is a tough white outer layer of the eye. It protects the eye and maintains its shape. The cornea is a transparent, curved front surface of the eye. It will refract or bend the light to help to focus it onto the retina. The iris is a ring of coloured muscle around the pupil. It controls the pupil size to regulate the amount of light entering the eye. The ciliary muscles. These are a ring of muscle attached to the lens via suspensory ligaments. They contract and relax to change the shape of the lens for focusing. Suspensory ligaments, these are strong fibers connecting the lens to the ciliary muscles. They transmit tension from the ciliary muscles to change the shape of the lens. Adaptation for dim and bright light. The retina has light-sensitive cells, which are rods and cones. Rods are important for dim light or for night vision. Cones work in bright light and can detect colour. There needs to be the correct amount of light for both rod and cone cells to work. Adaptation to light involves the iris adjusting the size of the pupil by contracting or relaxing its muscles, controlling the amount of light entering the eye. This is a reflex action. So in dim light conditions, the pupil will dilate so it becomes larger. This allows more light to enter the eye so the rods can detect the light. In very bright light conditions, the pupil size will constrict so it becomes smaller. This reduces the amount of light entering the eye to prevent damage to the retina. Accommodation is the process of changing the shape of the lens to focus on near or distant objects. How the eye focuses on distant objects. The light rays from a distant object are virtually parallel. This means that only a small amount of refraction is needed for the light rays to meet at the retina. To do this, the ciliary muscles relax. The suspensory ligaments are pulled tight. The lens is then pulled thin and only slightly refracts the light rays. The light rays meet at the retina. Note how thin the lens is. How the eye focuses on a nearby object. Light rays from a near object need significantly more refraction to allow them to meet at the retina. To do this, the ciliary muscles contract. The suspensory ligaments loosen. The lens is then thicker and refracts the light rays more strongly, and the light rays meet at the retina. There are two common defects or problems with our eyes that can occur: myopia, short-sighted; hyperopia, long-sighted. In both cases, when untreated, the rays of light are not focused onto the retina, so the image we see is blurry. These defects are treated with spectacle lenses, which refract the light rays so that they then do focus onto the retina. Myopia, short-sightedness, means that a person can see nearby objects clearly, but distant objects appear blurry. It occurs when the image is formed in front of the retina, due to the eyeball being too long or the lens being too powerful. Myopia is corrected using a concave lens, which diverges the light rays before they enter the eye, so that the image is then focused onto the retina. Hyperopia, long-sightedness, means that a person can see distant objects clearly, but nearby objects appear blurry. It is caused when the image is formed behind the retina, due to the eyeball being too short or the lens not being powerful enough. Hyperopia is corrected using a convex lens, which converges light rays before they enter the eye, so that the image is then focused on the retina. There are other technologies that have been developed other than glasses, such as contact lenses, laser eye surgery, and replacement lens. This is a summary table so that you can read about them. Thank you for watching. See our revision notes, the link is in the description.